I remember, I think we were down 1-0. It was like the 80th, 90th minute, and I went up the field to almost play striker, a false nine, just to try to flick a couple balls on to get as close as we could, try to get us a late goal in the game. But I remember it was just a tough, gritty game. We felt like we deserved more. We wanted to get out of there with a point more than anything.
No foul given. There's one there, though. That's long, so they're playing with 9 at the moment.
I went up to flick a ball, and I didn't get a lot on it, and it kind of bounced really close to me and the defender. So as we landed, I tried to land on one leg and kind of explode off that foot, and I just felt something like a pain and a shock through that leg, and it was super late in the game there. So my teammates run over to me, like, "Hey, come on, get up! Like, we need to try to get this win." And I'm like, "Dude, just get me off the field. Like, I'm not getting up right now." So they just kind of drugged me off the field. Played another 30 seconds. I think it was like the 92nd minute or something. So played another 30 seconds or a minute while I was just kind of laying off to the side, and then the game ended.
I think when we realized that in the dressing room that the injury is maybe a little bit more like a normal injury. It was a rupture on the Achilles, and everyone knows this needs time, and this was a big hit in every face in the dressing room, and I can feel this was not the lose against Philly. This was the lose with very long, and I think this was very painful for him, for the whole team, for me like a coach. I lose in this moment a leader. I have always the feeling that he come back.
Just try to do different sports for him, so he was kind of a multi-dimensional athlete. Dance and gymnastics and karate and boxing, and he did football and
basketball,
archery,
tennis,
and just kind of like let him do as many things as we could fit in. And we figured at the end of the funnel something would drip out, and soccer it was.
I guess he was one of those type of children that from the time he could walk, he played with the ball. He used to run around our house with a soccer ball and kick it all over the house. He was playing on a soccer team when he was 2 years old with the 3 and 4 year olds, just because he loved the game. Just could not stop him. And I think that followed him through most of his childhood up until he started playing professional ball. He hasn't stopped.
My parents were everything, man. They sacrificed so much. They sacrificed everything, really, for me and my brother and my sister. We all played travel. We didn't have any college funds left, really. It was like, hey guys, if we have a little nugget for each of you in our savings for college, if you guys want to continue playing travel ball, you won't have any college money left, so you're gonna have to earn yourself a scholarship. Do you want to take that risk? I think that was probably my freshman year of high school, and we were all like, yeah, definitely. So it was something that we all kind of went all in together with. I think it paid off for all of us. My rookie year, I got drafted out of college to Portland Timbers. Going there and that fan base, and it being so crazy and hectic, and getting recognized on the streets from random people as a young kid that just got drafted, I really honestly couldn't believe it, and it was a dream come true being a professional athlete. I got let go because they needed to bring in another player at the time, and I was obviously devastated for about a week, and I was super fortunate that Seattle Sounders also wanted to draft me. They brought me in on trial for a week. They signed me to a contract, and I was with Seattle Sounders for the rest of that year. Also, it was a weird dynamic that I went from Portland Timbers to Seattle Sounders and seeing both sides of that rivalry in the same year, in my rookie year, and it was super special that I got to experience so many of those things. After that year, they wanted to sign me to an S2 contract, and I really wanted a chance to play on another MLS team, a first team. So I declined that, and I got an offer to come here to preseason with the Red Bulls, with one condition, that I had to stop playing center mid and play center back.
Go. So don't drop that foot, right? So here, and then go.
In the back of my mind, I thought, okay, I'll get there, I'll play the role, and then I'll show them how good I am with my feet, and I'll try to win them over and try to slowly creep my way into that position. I wasn't completely open with being a center back. It wasn't like I was all in, like, yeah, no problem, you know, I'll just defend all game. I think you need to read it a little bit differently. You can't be as cutesy on the ball as I once could as a center mid. You're now the last line. Any mistakes are usually goals against, so changing that mentality. And I think more than anything, as a center back, you have to start loving defending, which I don't know if I did in the beginning. And as that year went on and there was big moments in the game where I could make a last-ditch tackle or clear a ball off the line, whatever it was, I think I grew into that love for defending, and I grew into the love for the system. After getting a couple games with Red Bull 2, I learned very quickly that I did need that time. I needed those games. I needed to learn the system before I could play on the first team for sure.
When he really started playing that position, he just blossomed. And so how did we feel about it? Oh, I was so excited to see him, because when he's happy, we're happy, of course. And he just played like he loved it, like he had found his niche.
It's clear to see that he used to be a center midfielder, you know, back in college and when he was younger, because you see those qualities on the ball, and the calmness, with his passing ability, with his technical ability that he brings to the back line is huge for us. And that was clear from day one. You know, me and Alo go way back to Red Bull 2 in 2016, and we had a lot of success that year. And he was a huge part of that. You know, he was a huge part of the defense. We didn't give up too many goals, and we always had a chance in every game, and in large part thanks to him and his overall quality that he brings. And obviously you can see what he's turned his career into now, and it's, you know, I'm just happy for him.
And we ended up winning the USL Championship that year, and I got Defender of the Year. I mean, it was like a Cinderella story in that way, that I would go down to the second team, and then it ends up being this amazing year. When at the start of it, I was a little bit disappointed, but it was a fun time. It was an amazing year, and most importantly, we were winning.
USL Defender of the Year, who started one of the record defenses, Aaron Long.
His touch for Ortiz, that's broken up by Long.
Long came across just in time.
I think I was more driven than ever. Being in my second or third year as a pro and being let go by 2 MLS teams and then making another Red Bull 2 instead of the first team, I just kept facing a lot of defeat and a lot of challenges. It was always on my mind that I just wanted to play for a first team, get a debut, and just get a chance to show what I could do.
Come on here, get in.
I think the biggest difference is speed of play and the quality of the attackers that I was facing. I went from facing USL strikers to David Villa in derby games. It's a big jump for sure, but the pace of the game and the speed of play is also very quick in that time. I remember the first couple games being like, wow, this is a lot faster than what I'm used to.
Aaron Long is growing right in front of our eyes.
I was getting a lot of confidence from the veterans, whether it was Brad or Ryan or Sasha or Dax, telling me that I was ready for that jump.
Aaron Long somehow got back to help break it up.
Favorite memories since I've been here, definitely the Supporter Shield. That's a huge one. I think my debut game, both my debuts, whether it was MLS, we played Atlanta it wasn't their new stadium, it was a different stadium that they played in, and we won. It was my first MLS game. It was huge, it was amazing. I also made a debut for the year before in Champions League, and I remember you never forget your first in that way, and how excited I was and a little bit nervous, and I didn't play my best probably in those games, but the experience was just amazing.
Sasha Kleshen's ball finds Aaron Long, and this is 2-1. It was a heartbreaker for Dallas.
Big save by Aaron Long.
How about that from Aaron Long?
I think more than anything, I have to be grateful right now for them allowing me to become the player and the man that I am while I've been here. When I came here, I was just looking for an opportunity, and they gave it to me, and I was able to run with it. But sometimes you need someone to give you that opportunity in order for you to thrive. So the relationships I've created, the friends I've made, the career I've made, I've had a kid in this city. It's all come full circle now. So yeah, forever grateful for sure. I get injured at that game. I don't know how bad it is, and as I'm getting helped off the field into the locker room, I'm thinking like, I don't think it's that bad. So when the doctor comes in and tells me that I ruptured my Achilles, full rupture, I'm out for the year. I almost couldn't believe it. I started talking to myself and saying a lot of mantras, writing things down on my phone, all positive things that I was going to be back as soon as possible.